triumphant day because today's the first time I've gone out without the wheelchair. Now, I only went to the Working Men's Club this evening, but all I did was take the crutches. It was actually quite a big mental barrier to get over. You know, will I need them, will I won't? It's wet, so the foyer in the Working Men's Club was a little bit slippy. Paranoid, but I got in, had a few beers, talked to some friends, came out again, and I'm happy. Now, just thinking on the way out there, you know, drunk in charge of crutches and one leg would not be a good thing. So I guess I'm not getting drunk and legless anytime soon because I'm already legless and any more legless would be terrible. So I'm almost packed and ready to go, heading off to Dunedin. Leg day tomorrow, my first trial on the new trial socket leg. Now, I have been told I needed my other shoe. So here's my left shoe. It has not been used since the 8th of October. I actually have to go fishing for it. Another little tip that I found is the shoe's got a sock. Now, the shoe's only going to need one sock, but all my other socks that I've got for the other foot are all the same. So it doesn't matter if I change my socks. I've still got a matching pair of socks. And how do you carry your luggage when you're in a wheelchair? Well, you use a rucksack, of course, which hooks onto the back of the wheelchair. So I'm going to take the rucksack, I'm going to take the wheelchair, I'm also going to take the crutches and the iWalk, and I'm going to see whether they will let me use that iWalk once I've spoken to a physio down there at the limb centre. So, fingers crossed. So my trip up went quite well. The first time I've driven up here on my own, came up non-stop all the way from Invercargill to Dunedin. That's sort of two and a half hours driving or so, with my leg propped on shoebox. But the check-in to the hotel did not quite go to plan because when I rocked up, I found that they had divided the two disabled spaces into three, and there was two cars parked in it that weren't disabled, and there was no other spaces. And I went in and asked the guy about a disabled parking space, and apparently I did not book a disabled parking space. I only booked a disabled room, and he showed me another space that I should park in. Well, I couldn't even open the damn door on the car. So I went back in and absolutely lost my stack with him. I discovered right there and then that I'm right past the woe is me part and boo-hoo, this is terrible, things happened to me part, and I am at the bit where you just watch out. You get the wrath of me if there's any sign of the fact that you're not abiding by disability law and you're not making disabled people feel like they've got the same access as everyone else. This was my reaction after I'd spent 5 minutes ranting in reception. Beware, there's a lot of swearing in this. Apparently that is a disabled space. That fucking tiny little gap in the middle. I'm so fucking angry, I can't even believe it. So tell you what, we'll just squeeze three cars where two should be. The fucking best bit is, apparently I only booked a wheelchair room, I didn't book a wheelchair parking space. I'm like, did I fucking become disabled after I got out of the fucking car? I cannot believe the ineptitude of some people, and this hotel is one I've stayed in all the time. I am so fucking angry, I can't even talk. So I'll tell you what, this hotel has got some work to do to restore my faith in them, because I used to like this hotel until today, but I really felt like I was being treated like a second-class citizen by somebody who had no damned idea about disability and what actually a disabled person needs. All of the managers in this hotel need to read the bloody disabled law and understand what that means when it comes to parking as well as just room access, because it's just absolutely unacceptable. This room has got a walk-in shower, but this room is not disabled access. It's got a regular sized door which opens out the wrong way onto the foyer, and the kitchenette area is the regular height, not disabled height, and doesn't have the gap under it for a wheelchair like the previous room did. So they're misselling and misrepresenting, and they need to get their facts straight. I'm going to go and take 10 deep breaths, drink some beer and have some dinner, and try and forget about that miserable debacle, and hope that my new leg tomorrow restores my faith in humanity.